Dear Madam Chairperson, dear Ministers of Foreign Affairs, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to join others in expressing high appreciation for the devoted and tireless leadership of North Macedonia and thank its entire team, both here in Skopje and in Vienna, for their strong dedication to the fundamental principles and commitments of the OSCE throughout this extremely turbulent year. This is the second time the OSCE ministers are meeting against the backdrop of the most brutal aggression of one participating state against another sovereign participating state. Montenegro continues to strongly condemn the full-scale, unprovoked war of aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine, the blatant violation of its independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity, the deliberate attacks on its citizens and the destruction of its civilian infrastructure. We are appalled by the mass violations of international humanitarian and human rights law in Ukraine, the widespread and systematic pattern of inhumane treatment, executions, arbitrary detentions, gender-based violence, as well as forced transfers and unlawful deportations, including of children. Many of these acts are amounting to war crimes and crimes against humanity, and we remain firmly committed to ensuring full justice for all. Complex security challenges and deterioration of security situation in the OSCE region and beyond emphasize the need to redouble efforts towards achieving durable solutions for all conflicts. War in Ukraine is making the functioning of our common organization even more complex. Today, the grounds on which the OSCE stands are critically endangered. Dear colleagues, with a few exceptions, the operative word of our deliberations in the last 2 years has been a negation. With crisis in ensuring predictability in leadership structures, with no budget agreed since 2021, no decisions to hold mandatory implementation meetings, and with competent staff leaving our field missions and institutions, the primary role of the OSCE in managing conflicts and tensions has been severely compromised. At the time when a stable and predictable organization is needed more than ever, it is not an exception that the added value of the OSCE is being questioned both internally and externally. The roots of this predicament are complex and extend beyond the current crisis. However, it is clear that for us to move towards rebuilding trust, the unprecedented suffering of the civilians on our continent needs to stop. The flagrant defiance of international law needs to be halted, and accountability for all the crimes committed needs to be ensured. Nonetheless, we still need to ensure a path forward. It is our common responsibility to empower the organization with proper tools for carrying out its mandate. We have fully supported Estonia's candidacy for the chairpersonship in 2024, and we regret that this issue was politicized and blocked by some participating states. We extend our full support to Malta and applaud its readiness to assume the leadership role over our organization next year, and we stress the importance and the relevance of the continuity of the mandate of all OSCE autonomous institutions, as well as the Secretary General in their full capacity. The financial situation the OSCE is facing is grave and critical, and this needs to be promptly rectified. Madam Chairperson, Montenegro stands ready to contribute constructively to the successful resolution of these challenges and will continue to defend our shared values against a surge of threats, including, among others, the malign interference of third parties in national democratic processes, increasing hybrid and cyber attacks, and widespread disinformation campaigns. Allow me to reiterate that Montenegro launched, together with France and Slovenia, Regional Cyber Capacity Center in order to facilitate education and expertise improvement in the field of cybersecurity. Also, being part of the Western Balkans, we appreciate the focus North Macedonia has placed in addressing the underlying challenges emanating from our region. Security and stability in the Western Balkans are still not fully consolidated, and further substantive efforts are needed to establish the region firmly on the track of lasting stability. To be able to achieve this, full commitment of countries to regional cooperation and democratic values has no alternative, while equally important, enhanced engagement of international community is also instrumental. To conclude, let me stress that our plans for chairing the Council of Europe in 26-27 we are dedicated to strengthening our engagement in the OSCE and ensuring that the organization has the necessary capacity to carry out the vision of a stable and peaceful Europe as our primary goal. Thank you.